posting a couple of notices of going live. Continuing to post other notices elsewhere. That should be set when Tur joins. That, hopefully.
Melted mushroom.
Or not, but yeah. Up. Kind of sorting out the last couple of things. I have a game set for me to stream tomorrow that I have been offered. Where was I? What's in the other announcements? Not here, obviously. I will have the world open it a little bit.
It's a puppo! Woof. I hope you've been having a good day.
Mute Strem.
We found out we could somehow do better with our screen, and now it is just perfect. 1000% perfect.
1000% perfect?
Yeah. Same with VR as well. And we played VR in 1000% perfect VR, and it was awesome. So
Wolf is playing VR in himself?
I remember. We don't know if we said that, but it was awesome. Is what we said.
Okay. Things are
And we had a good time.
I have to get up and do noise isolation again. So I'll be right back.
Sorry.
Oh, please.
So, sorry, gamers being a little stoopy booting up. But we also have some really good news.
Radio, I am sitting back.
Crown, one of the local New Zealand shipping companies, is sorting out some rough quotes to get to be able to get moon stuff from up north down here, and my stuff from up north down here.
Yeah, Hunt, just think you might need to toggle the share chat.
Yeah, I'm about to retoggle the share chat. Start sharing chat. There we go.
Cool.
You aren't live yet, but that's okay.
I am live. I've been live for 5 minutes.
It wasn't saying that you were live.
See, things lie.
Liars.
Hop, 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 hop.
Help up. No.
Now, I'm only 20% loaded, so that's going to be interesting. But we have traded our pickaxe for a grinder and a welder.
Well, we started. What is it? We started off today hunting some ghosts, and then we travelled to the grim, dark 41st millennium, and now we're coming back into a galaxy far, far. I mean,
Also, funny thing. Okay, so the wolf goes awoo. The fee goes wow, awa. The fee goes awa. The Ryu goes or similar noises. The Aaron goes meow. Meow.
The fee goes
And the
lots
Tura-
of things.
And the Tura goes ah!
I am a screaming goat.
And we love you.
Blah.
Hop, 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 hop.
Hop,
Right.
hop, hop, hop.
75% loaded.
I'm in
yeah.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, we were putting cryopods in last time I remember.
Yeah.
So that's probably not the best location for them, but
We can always move them later.
yeah, it just locks down resources for them later.
Yeah. Right.
Right, I will be sending you an invite as soon as I get into the game.
Cool.
Because it's
yeah.
been sitting on 100% for a little bit.
Yeah. Right. Oh.
Why does he pick this time to try and play competitive games?
I don't know. But he increasingly will be finding it more and more difficult.
I mean, to be fair, I would be tempted to put a lag switch onto his thing.
What do you think I've been doing?
Right.
Every time he does the yelling and screaming while we're live, for the duration that we're live, I have an ever-increasing internet throttle that gets applied to him.
That's my little ion. that honestly doesn't hold all that much, but yeah, this one's bigger.
We've got a tug and a little wee mining ship.
We probably need to find a way to attach a jump drive to the tug. I have a way. It's not going to be pretty.
Hmm?
I have a way, but it's not going to be pretty. Because what I'm thinking...
Hello, motherfucker.
Hi, Floof. That's actually a good spot for it. And I'm sorry in advance, I am going to put it in place. And I may be about to vent the inside.
You know, I'm not entirely convinced that Taylor isn't just a child.
What do you mean? Taylor is just there.
Fair enough.
I hope you're doing well today. Because I noticed you redeemed the sound alert at me.
HF Loof.
Hunt, I am willing to replace these blocks. But when you come look at what I am doing with the my suggestion with the tug, with where the
There are times that Taylor makes my mom look like a well-adjusted adult. And note that she has the temperament, of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No, that is offensive to Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
Okay, although I have to say it does depend entirely on our mood.
But what do you think? Good location for it?
Although I am convinced Mom is in some way bipolar.
I'm hoping that's a good location for it.
Yeah. I just added something to it. Might make it look a little nicer.
Does mean I am going to have to go get some gold.
Gold?
Yeah.
Oh, for the drive.
Yeah, though we do have parts for one partially in place. But if I take my ship and go get some gold and try to get some silver. So my problem is the only marker I have for gold is 120 kilometers away, roughly.
Did we give this thing an ore detector?
The big thing?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
The small thing does.
Let's swipe on a detector. And does it have a beacon?
It does not, but you've got the antenna. Antennae.
So we don't need a beacon?
No.
Okay. Then I won't put a beacon on. However, I am going to put an additional assault cannon on the bottom. Right. This thing now has a few fangs.
Yes, but
It won't be a...
does it have the ammo for it?
Not currently.
And with the... Yeah. So I'm going to go to one of the close asteroids.
Do remember that the fangs on this thing aren't there to go pew pew or anything like that. They're there to just hopefully get one or two lucky shots in.
Yeah, I'm going to this cluster over here. Because we might have more luck with the cluster.
Yeah. This thing, the tug does also have a large ore detector slapped on it. It also has two antennas, but admittedly, the dual antennas are there cosmetically.
Yep.
The main station is building out now.
I do have 30,000 litres of cargo space.
Which is still actually pretty damn good.
I don't have a drill on this because I don't want this to be a drill ship. I want this to eventually be a cargo haul ship.
Yeah.
For trading and such.
I'm going to slap down another couple connectors on our cargo section.
Habois.
Just for that little bit of extra docking for the time being.
And
So you'll be able to dock.
Yeah.
Actually, question, Faye.
Yeah.
Your ship. Oh, shoot. Your ship. It doesn't haul any other cargo outside of. No, I can just set the conveyor to pull all the rock and shit out.
Yeah.
Right.
The fun thing is, we could probably set this up to be a hauling cargo drone.
Yeah.
Drone. I mean, what?
And I'm kind of filling in some dead air on my end with my royalty-free playlist. Especially if I'm going to be just hauling or flying dead into space and there's nothing really happening.
Yeah. Fuck, do you want to know? I can't wait until the likes of Firefly enter public domain.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is not a bad looking cluster. There's about 6 in one area, 3 in another, and 2 a bit further out.
Yeah. Boom. And platoon. Okay.
There we go. They don't need to be on unless I am. Sassy! Thank you for the 33 months of support, you wonderful sweet bean. And oh god, am I going to potentially regret this today?
Oh, spin the wheel, spin the wheel, spin the wheel.
The wheel of pain.
It is.
Uh,
What was it?
not peach.
What was it?
It was landed on peach or bath. It was not peach.
Ah,
Whoa.
Hi, Sassy.
It was nice knowing you, Fee.
I'm going to wash that down with a, yes, I'm not advertising it as much as, things have come through, but each sub that comes through, yeah. I'm going to wash the flavor out with, Mango Loco.
For every sub, Fee tortures herself.
Could be worse.
Much, much worse.
At least I'm not doing it for every follower.
Yeah, that's much worse.
for every sub you pop a bean, right?
Yes.
Chris hasn't said anything or anything like that. I'm just sitting there going, a while back, Chris threw me 50 subs.
Hey, the fun
In one
thing
go.
is, if I get a large amount of gift subs at any one time, it will be spaced out, and if I end up owing, I end up owing for the next stream. I'm not going to be crazy enough to do them all at the same time.
Oh, but that would be funny.
Here's something funny. I don't even like jelly beans normally.
Okay, what wondrous mysteries does this set of rocks have for us today? Do we have gold? Do we have silver? Do we have uranium?
You have unobtainium.
We have ice.
Chris, I was using you as an example for this one.
Chris, don't get any ideas.
No. Chris has said they won't be doing it for a while.
Okay, we have ice and magnesium.
Again,
And what looks to be iron.
I'm gonna get a payout just from Chris's Chris's donated subs alone of like what did we work it out as? $105 just from that stream. That's like huge.
And that's USD too, which is puts things into perspective.
Okay, we've got magnesium, ice, and iron.
So yeah, when I get paid out from Twitch next, from Chris alone, I'm getting like $200.
Chris, you are insane.
Oh, I need to adjust that. One as well. Ice, magnesium, iron, and Nickel.
Nikola Tesla.
No. Knowing where a source of nickel is good. Because that's one of the resources we run low on a lot.
Nice.
But I'm predominantly aiming to find gold and or silver.
Platinum would also be incredibly useful.
We've got shit tons of platinum.
We do?
Yeah, it just needs to be refined.
Okay.
It's set to refine after the uranium.
Alright. There we go. Now I know one of those isn't actually properly connected, but it's gonna look cool and I'm gonna connect it later. I'm doing this just in case we need to do multiple, and it's only going to register what is connected and what is to these machines. So, yeah. By the way, just so you are aware, I have ordered the construction of 2 of those manufactories.
Okay.
Yeah.
The nodes or node parts or the manufacturers themselves?
The manufactories themselves.
Okay.
There. Oh boy.
So, fun fact,
Right.
I came across this really cool stop motion someone did involving that Legacy Starscream I saw. And it totally did not just make me decide to bite the bullet and get that.
Okay. Of course, dramatic music starts playing as soon as an Iniquious Heavy Frigate Mark II spawns in above me.
Oh no.
Is Ember going to attack you?
Probably not. They're 7.79k away from me, and I'm gaining distance. I'm just saying, the playlist decided to throw dramatic music as it came up, as it spawned in, and I was just going, now why is this reminding me of One-Winged Angel?
Sephiroth.
I mean, it wasn't One-Winged Angel, but it was
It's fair to say.
similar enough in pace that I just thought, right, yeah, that's a little bit close.
But
Dang it. I should have put lights on this. I forgot to put lights on this. Okay, we have iron. Nickel.
Yeah. Bip, 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 bip,
I mean, yeah, I have this playlist go whenever I know that there's going to be large periods of empty air and not so much good side of things.
Yeah.
There's also a Vitreous Assault Corvette nearby, 12k off from me in the direction of base. Okay, we go to this asteroid over here now and see if that's got anything. Otherwise, I'm claiming this as iron nickel. Disadvantage of having a small grid ore detector. I have to get in
yes.
close.
Tura's favorite region in the base game of Elden Ring, the Lake of Rod.
Hey, I have a brand. Thank you very much.
Are we the baddies?
So, Tura, your brand is Death and Decay? Got it.
Yeah.
Huh?
One of my old usernames that I used to use rather extensively was Nature Bane.
Fair enough, fair enough. Although now that I think about it, you know who else would really like places like Caelid and the Lake of Rod?
No?
Songbird.
And who?
Those regions entirely encapsulate Songbird as an individual.
Songbird is a representation of the cycle of life and evolution, and is a necromancer.
And what kind of shit goes on in Caelid?
Exactly. Hey, we understood the assignment.
Yeah. Although now that I think about it, a fun thing to do with Songbird in Elden Ring would be Convergence, Servant of Rot.
I'd need to Convergence Servant of Rod. Yeah. But I don't think I could make Songbird in...
True. Not with Elden Ring's combat, no.
See, I'd just be playing a Servant of Rod. What's the point?
Yeah. True.
What's Songbird's weapons?
Exactly. A fun thought, but unfortunately, Songbird just doesn't suit that kind of combat
Yeah.
system.
Like, don't get me wrong, I get grabbing Batman and converting him over to D&D is a fun exercise, and is surprisingly doable fairly easily.
Yeah.
Rogue, Monk, Fighter, you've got 3 solid options there to base Batman on, and then the rest, you build up that.
I'm really hoping I find gold and don't have to create a planetary lander to find gold.
Okay, if we had to create a planetary lander, would we be able to convert the tug into that?
Yes, but it would be difficult.
I will say to her, I think you could make Songbird in with my Scatter mod list. In fact, let's be real. That's what my Argonian Necromancer basically is. Just Lizard Songbird.
Bucket whale stream.
I have one complaint that is probably solved by mods. We have laser rangefinders nowadays. Why can't I get a laser rangefinder to point at asteroids and go, you're this far away from this asteroid?
Oh, hi, Blythe.
I mean, sure, it would only work for a short-ish distance. But having a laser rangefinder to do that, like, you're 1,000 meters away from this asteroid. Pull up.
Also, I'm actually really excited to see the crown quotes.
Yeah.
And I don't actually care what they give us, cost-wise.
It gives us a target.
Bingo.
Just like I need to buy a road code for motorcycles. And then I need to think of registration costs and all that once I get that sort of thing. But the fact that I've already quoted out the price for the bike I want to get.
I really hate it. Not the bike you want. I really hate that I won't be able to, ride a bike, that sort of stuff.
I'm taking a guess because of the lack of shrouding and such. Or balance
Shrouding?
issues.
No. My vision is not medically sound.
Ah, right, yep.
Which is fine, and I've come to accept it. But, like, yeah.
Okay, if this asteroid doesn't have gold or even silver on it, I am going to return to base to get some lights on this.
Grab a couple searchlights or something. No. G. Node. Got here. Laser cannons, photon torpedoes, ion cannons.
We've
They
got the
got
laser
laser-
and ion in place on top of one manufactory.
Cannon 1. Aggression. Laser. Oh. We now actually need to produce.
Yeah, and it's just missing the part.
No, they've already built it.
Wait, you've built the parts? The missing part?
We now have laser cannon Mark. We can now build laser cannons and. Oh shoot! Oh shit!
You know, we need to build the node. So, you know how I said if it didn't have one of the two? We've got silver. Which means there is a high possibility that we have gold. And I'm even happier about the silver because it's an exposed ore. From what I've seen. Or not. Oops. Did I damage anything? Nope. If I did, not a lot. I swear I saw... It's just over that way. Okay, cool.
There. For that.
There we go. Nice, lovely chunk of silver. Just make it easy for me to get to the storage.
So, random thought. So, with Warframe, there are two frames that I feel best suit Q. Gruda and Kome. It makes me wonder, what two frames would best suit Ryu?
Okay, got this trucking now. Wait.
Hmm. Honestly, I think the two frames that best suit Ryu would be. I feel like Wisp would be one. Maybe. Another would possibly be Equinox because it has a similar theming to Ryu as a whole in terms of like light and dark. Even though I haven't used Equinox, but you know.
You know, you're kind of correct here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay!
I would have just said because of the duality of Q and Ru. But still.
Yeah. True. I'm mentioning Equinox with Ryu specifically, not just because of that, but because her entire design theming is that exact thing. Her half and half appearance, to an extent, like half on her face and such, the black and gray. Sure, there's other colors, but those are the most prominent. Ryu and Q as a pair also is very suitable in to that. And I feel Wisp, I do feel Wisp is suitable for is a suitable frame for Ryu. I just gotta think about why I feel that way. I suppose the support aspect as well as the stealthy nature of Wisp. At least Wisp is a bit more stealthy than others due to her jump passive. Which you could say would translate well to Ryu's use of shadow magic to sneak around. Her shadow sneaking. And for Q, with Garuda, obviously because chaotic, aggressive, bloodshed, menace. And Kome because trickster.
I haven't messed with Kome because I don't have Kome.
Fair.
I'm still actually pissed because of the King Jade.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Jade on paper, right, is 100% on brand for me, except for one key aspect, and that aspect is what really screws it over for me.
The belly. That whole belly thing.
Given the implication that you're bringing a pregnant Warframe onto the battlefield.
Yeah. Never mind the logistics of a Warframe being pregnant, which is I just find absolutely bizarre.
There's people under there. Rio, I know what
Yeah.
you're into. You should understand those logistics fairly easily.
Yeah, but like I think that would render them, considering the fact that they're turned to weird bio machine thing, like they're part machine, part organic thing going on, you'd think they would any baby would be rendered completely inert or non-existent as a result.
Given at the core of Warframes is the infestation.
Yeah.
Warframes are the junction of Orokin technology and the infested.
Also, is it just me, or is infestation not just like some weird bug virus or bug thing, but like nanites, like the Grey Goose scenario?
Yeah.
It's not just a plague or a disease or Last of Us scenario. It's freaking Synthryu's nanites out of control scenario.
And technically with the Warframes, it's not technically metal. It's a bioorganic compound that has the strength of metal.
Yeah. Actually, when I really think about the infestation, it's actually really kind of cool.
Look at Nidus, for example, the deluxe skin that I use.
Yeah. Yeah. Like at first glance, the infestation's like some organics, hive swarm thing. But then you realize, wait, no, it's not organic. It's a basically a machine that closely mimics organics. It's like a robot uprising, but without the robots. It's like a robot uprising, but the robots are behaving like flesh things. Okay, 27 faith. I can now use the Grail's roar. Heck yeah. It took me forever to get here, but now I'm never gonna level faith again because it's otherwise completely unnecessary for this character. In fact, it's kind of been a bit of a drain on stats.
Okay, so Ryu, I've got a question.
Yep.
Where are you up to on Warframe?
Currently working on the something of the Zerman, Ghosts of the Zerman, Children of the Zerman.
Yep.
I forgot the name, but it's one of those probably.
Angels of the Zeraman.
Ah, yeah. I did that
Whispers.
quest that was Whispers in the Walls, and I actually really liked it because it seemed to hint a lot towards 1999 stuff.
Yeah.
Which I found really cool. Side note, but I kind of missed doing Excalibur's 1 because there was that one part where you have to survive a bunch of enemies, and I just spammed Excalibur's 1. I guess Arthur's 1.
Yeah.
And that was so fun because there's so many things died. Yeah. And I will say that I really enjoy how I made my Jade look. I'm just gonna say that again because I made that weird ass belly look good.
I thought they made that a toggleable thing.
What?
The belly.
I
No.
fucking wish. The moment they do, the Jade is going to be horrendously more playable for me.
The moment they do, Jade's getting an abortion.
Rio.
We're live.
Sorry. We were all thinking it. Ooh. Hello, Estelle. Can I make you bleed? Could my Dragon Hunter katana work? Actually, no. I'm gonna equip Dragon Hunter. Ow. Fucking bitch. Ow. Fucking bitch.
I might have to make
Okay,
a
this
drill
is-
ship.
Might have to make a drill ship.
Yep.
Okay. I'm stripping some of our junkier sections.
Yep. Can you switch the iron refining back to silicon refining?
I've got all the things refining bits and pieces. Hey.
Oh, we've got more than... That's right, we've got more than more than 2 refiners now.
Yeah. We do currently have have the BNR turned off though.
Yep.
Mostly because I don't want it to accidentally build those notes. Like it did.
Heck yeah! First try. You bitch.
I'm coming back with just over 22,000 kg of silver and an amount of stone.
Cool. What do we need? Yeah. Silver and platinum there. Silver, platinum, golden. Alright, and then we type in. That one's doing platinum, that one's doing silicon. Oh, the other refineries aren't built yet. Construction.
random discussion time, because why not? Megatron melee weapons.
I'd say a mace or longsword.
Yeah, admittedly, those are the two most common things, or at least mace or larger sword. Not just a long sword, but like great swords. Anything that's big and can cleave.
They like them
Mace.
big. They like them chunky.
Mace.
Well, swords.
Mace.
Go on, sir.
Mace. Big swords. The arm cannon's kinda signature for a reason. And the
Yeah.
additional one, oddly, laws.
Claws. Ooh. I mean, it's a given that Megatron needs some form of large cannon. At minimum one. Some standout examples of alternate forms of cannonry for Megatron is Armada Megatron's tank cannon being able to come out from the side of the hip, and Energon Megatron having two massive shoulder cannons in the style of Galvatron. I think those are two. Yeah.
I'm a fan of the classic wrist-mounted fuck-off bazooka thing.
True. It's a it's very classic.
And then there's the
Also,
fact that at one point Megatron used to turn into a pistol that the other Transformers could use.
yes, the fearsome leader of the Decepticons, Starscream's Battle Master. I just find it funny that usually, like, if that's in that situation, the one who most commonly ended up using Megatron in gun mode was Starscream.
Yeah.
Like the least trustworthy Decepticon.
Okay, I'm just gonna connect those. Those things require superconductor.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can build that at the moment.
Okay, Angela, you have a big ass sword that remind me I need to do a new mage playthrough solo. Cause damn, you're cool.
I found silver, but I haven't found gold yet. I'm coming back with 25.1 kg.
Heck
21
yeah.
point, well, 25,124.45 kg of silver ore.
So true to its name, the Dragon Hunter's Great Katana is good at hunting dragons. Go figure.
If you're playing vanilla,
Yeah.
it's not actually that good at hunting dragons.
Fair.
The damage types it deals right, so the damage types it deals is where it falls flat.
Yeah.
It actually has a passive that makes it effective against dragons by removing the debuff, is basically what that passive does.
Yeah. I just
Yes.
wish it was an arcane weapon. Like, okay, so stuff I've seen is that like people wishing it was an arcane weapon because it would fit with the theme of Dragon Communion and hunting dragons. Yes, it was made to hunt dragons, but what do dragon hunters usually do with the hearts after they kill dragons?
Fry them up with some fava beans and cheese and Chianti.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. They have a little snack. They snack on the hearts. As such, I feel the weapon would do well to have been scaling off of Arcane, one of the main stats for Dragon Communion besides Faith. I mean, if it could add Faith Arcane scaling, even better. Just like this Dragon Communion seal, so that it could be used alongside said seal to greater effect. And like, okay, one thing I've seen is that, oh, you just want another bleed weapon. No, it doesn't need to have a good. It doesn't need to have bleed scaling. I mean, that could be a bonus, but like, it does not need to be another bleed stick. Just make the effect of its dragon wound slash be even stronger.
That could be cool.
There. No, you don't have to worry about bleed. Like, sure, it has some passive bleed to it, but like, it's the kind of weapon you don't use it for the bleed. It's a bonus.
We're
You don't
glad
need to have.
to
It doesn't
hear
need.
that, 7.
Like, if it has arcane scaling, it doesn't need to have
Habwa.
that scaling affect the bleed. Example of an arcane weapon that doesn't have bleed scaling is the Regaliate of Eochad and its bigger counterpart. It'd basically be like that weapon, only without the whole spinny gimmick.
I mean, 7, I don't know what time you usually head to bed, and if you have anything that you need to do the next day, but we're glad to have you here.
Yash. Ah, shoot. And there's the stream.
Another weapon that would have been nice to have proper arcane scaling would have been the Magma Worm's scale sword, because it's literally wielded by Magma Worms who were former practitioners of Dragon Communion.
The Magma Worm's Greatsword should have Faith Arcane scaling.
Yeah. I mean, it's great that it has at least has faith scaling, because faith is a component in Dragon Communion for the most part. Most Dragon Communion spells do require a level of faith. The minimum amount of faith you need for all the Dragon Communion, if you want to use all Dragon Communion spells, including Grail's Roar, you need 28 faith. Granted, I feel that's the maximum you need.
Honestly, actually,
Glad to spend the
the
time with
Dragon
you as well, 7.
Communion Blade does not
Glad to spend the time
require
with you as well.
should not have arcane scaling. It should remain faith. Sorry, the Magma Worm one.
Yeah.
What it should do, however, is reduce the arcane cost of your Dragon Communion spells by an amount.
Yeah.
I like that as an effect a lot more, because it means you get to distribute your stats a little differently. And if
Yeah.
you're going into Arcane, you can still go into Arcane. You know.
Yeah. I do kind of feel that the stat requirements for Dragon Communion spells, I feel they should have been swapped between what they are. Like, instead of for Grail's War needing to have 28 faith, instead have that be 28 arcane. I say this because apparently in the DLC, there's some new Dragon Communion spells that require only high amounts of arcane. I'm sure this
Honestly,
probably was. Sure, it wasn't planned ahead of time, but
honestly, I don't have a problem with Dragon Communion having a bit steeper, frickin' requirements
Yeah.
to do the thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't actually.
But they should only require arcane.
Yeah.
Then that way you have 3 entire different styles. Like, yes, you could have some spells scale off faith if you want damage, or arcane if you want stacks. But in order to be able to cast them, it should scale. Oh, shit. Did I just eat all those? Yeah, I ate all. Also, we need to sit down tomorrow. We need to get started on that thing. I really want to do that monster menu, and I think it would be good fun to do it with you. And obviously, well, I am directing the talk to Ryu. It's not
just a Ryu thing. I know.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got lots of ideas.
Yeah. Go. All of our refineries are now operational.
I honestly kind of find it funny that, at least looking around online, when it comes to the arcane stat in Elden Ring, people only look at it for bleed stuff, and that's it.
Hey, so Ryu and I, well, I'm press ganging Ryu, but it's something that I've been wanting to work on for a while, and I've just needed to steal someone to sit down and help me work through it all. So I have voluntold Ryu.
I am minion. I am good minion.
Yes, you are. I have voluntold Ryu that she's going to help me. And what we're going to do is we're going to put together a part of a monster manual that we're going to build out into a whole D&D campaign world. And yeah.
But yeah, I really wish that the Dragon Hunter Great Katana did not. I wish it had that or a little bit of arcane scaling to make it really be suitable for a Dragon Communion build. Plus all the other parts tweaks to Dragon Communion we'd make.
And I was also thinking and building things up, and I was actually toying with the idea. Sorry, this is on the monster menu. That each region in our monster manual for a new base, a new subclass.
Ooh. That's fun. What's next? We're going to have a whole new class entirely?
I don't think we could do a whole new class entirely at the moment.
Fair.
But
I feel like you'd have ideas for such.
Many.
Meh. Tura, is this monster manual going to have a little bit of spicy lewdness to it?
Rio, I wanted to include the hive.
Yeah, okay, that's enough. That's all I needed to know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Alright, I've completed Irani's quest line with my samurai. When I'm just running around round table with my big ass sword hanging out.
So these are going to process away.
Random thought. Starscream using swords. Yay or nay?
Yay!
Massive yay.
Honestly, personally, I really love the idea of Starscream using a pair of gun blades.
Ooh.
That way
Cybertron
you
Starscream.
That way, you keep the null laser,
Yeah.
the iconic arm-mounted null laser sort of thing, but you
Yeah.
can mix it in with the fact that he's got blades. And I love the idea of combining the null laser with his sword strikes, actually making him a threat on the battlefield.
I'm just thinking Cybertron Starscream. Because that's exactly what he's got going on. His null rays also have his swords. I love how the entire Unicron trilogy just has Starscream being a bit of a sword wielder.
But it works.
Yeah. Especially like more lightweight, like one-handed or long sword, some more simple long swords. One-handed, fast, short swords, rapiers even. Those are the types of blades
Okay.
he'd use.
Take a moment, because we're going to do a design talk. Right?
Oh.
There's a design talk we're about to do. So, if you weigh up the traits of certain characters, you can actually find their weapons being surprisingly viable.
Yeah.
Better or worse. Right. So for this exercise we're going to start. What sort of traits would someone who has a vehicle form of a tank have? What sort of traits would they have?
Powerful.
Abrasive.
And oppressive. Yeah. And oppressive even. Big dude in general.
Cool.
If he's out, you know shit's about to go down.
Okay.
Has no concern for subtlety or tact. It just opts for the most blunt force, most powerful way of doing it.
Thank you, Hatura.
Hi, Hitora.
Right,
Not
cool.
making any compromises on power.
Right. Now the question is, what Decepticon did I have in mind here? Which Decepticon were we talking? Well, yes, I had a Decepticon in mind, but think of all the Transformers that have a vehicle form as a tank.
Let's see now. There's Blitzwing, Megatron, obviously, Overlord. Actually, one of the two parts of Overlord's alt mode is a tank. Overlord's one of those weird ones who has who splits into two vehicles, and his legs form a tank.
Yes, Hitora, I shall hydrate.
Blitzwing, I said that already, but still. And, of course, Megatron. Oddly enough, another good example of a Decepticon who shares this trait would be freaking Tarn.
Cool.
Granted, Tarn also is also a bit of a Megatron fanboy, literally.
Right. So we've established all of these. Cool. Now, what about a fighter jet?
So, they would a fighter jet would likely prefer fast movements.
Adrenaline junkie.
Ideally wanting to be able to deal with things at a distance, but not afraid to get in close if necessary. Oddly enough, one example for a jet alt mode is, conveniently enough, Blitzwing. I'm thinking about that legacy Blitzwing that's waiting for me.
I'd say they also would have a bit of a superiority complex.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if they're any form of command position. Perhaps an air commander.
So we had nickel and platinum within 6k of us.
Let's see if I can name any jet formers off the top of my head on the Decepticon side that are noteworthy. Obviously, there's most Seekers. Like, one of the main forces for the Decepticons are jet formers. But like Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Ramjet, Thrust, Cyclonus. Ooh, that's a good one right there.
Not a jet former, but Astro Train.
Astro Train, aka Chiron's favorite transformer.
Oh?
Train.
Astro Doot Doot.
Big. Exactly. I can't help but feel that Chiron has a soft spot for Astro Train.
Yes, this is confirmed.
Thanks, Chiron.
Alright. Believe. Oh, we are gaining power. Cool.
We're probably
Right.
back in the sun. That's why.
Probably. It'll take us 12 days to recharge, though. That's still bitching about platinum and silver. We get silver from rock, don't we?
No.
No, we need silver.
Yep. We get iron, nickel, and silicon from rock.
Okay.
However, they come bearing silver.
Cool. And then we just need the platinum, which is processing.
I'm a K, less than a K out. I should probably throw my dampeners back on.
Probably a good idea.
I mean, we don't want me smashing into the base.
No. Right. Right.
EM.
Up next. A attack helicopter. I'm not stating a particular vehicle with this, just a family.
Okay, so any kind of helicopter, I'd say. Let's focus on the Decepticon side.
Yep,
They'd be similar to the jet formers to an extent, but less. Hard to. That's hard. It's kind of hard to say. Maybe a bit more chaotic. Since they're able to like hover in place their destruction. Obviously, this is not counting settings where aerial transformers can just hover in place in general, like say Transformers Cybertron, where they frequently just kind of sit there. Or if they're or if they're like a spaceship and they're in space, just sitting there doing something.
No, I'm going through a list and I'm checking things off.
Yeah.
You're going through a list and you're checking it twice.
Yeah.
Admittedly, the most standout example of a jet former I can think of, or no, of a helicopter, the Decepticon I can think of, is Blackout.
Yeah.
Although I know we're focusing on Decepticons, but there's another Transformer that has a helicopter alt mode, but they're an Autobot. Bringer.
Yeah.
AKA the I got better things tonight to do than die guy. Oddly enough, I think a common trait among any helicopter transformers is that they would have a bladed weapon of some kind. Because they got propellers, so why not use those propellers as a blade?
Cool. Yep.
Things that both Blackout and Springer have been known to do frequently. In fact, 07 movie, one of the things Blackout does frequently is use his propeller on his arm to tear shit up.
I mean, I'm pretty sure at least one of them did the Star Wars Inquisitor thing. Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Exactly.
Right. Now, ready for some fun.
Go on.
Alright, so also something interesting design-wise. This is before we get into deep into the weapon discussion. Something interesting design-wise is a rather interesting question for you, and we're actually going to go to another universe for this.
Okay.
Why is the Imperial Star Destroyer a triangle?
Good question. I mean, it is hecking, imposing, and intimidating to see coming upon your cities. Case in point, that first scene from Star Wars Rebels when the Star Destroyer came into that planet.
Mm-hmm.
It just that looming threat that practically eclipses the sun.
Dip, 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 dip.
It helps that it was moving rather slowly. It's like its entire purpose was to intimidate.
Right. Now, are you ready for something really cool?
Yeah.
Alright. So, red, which again, often heavily seen in the aces of the likes of the Empire, with lots of triangles and so on. Red is that whole anger, fear, the anger, hatred, passion, fiery emotions.
Yeah.
Triangles are signs for aggressor, signs of danger, threat, so on. Look at the designs of Megatron. He is a very angular, lots of sharp edges.
In fact, that's a consistent thing of most versions of him. Sure, G1 was rather boxy, but in a way that's not friendly. Like, very broad and blunt, you could say. Remember that boxiness can also be an intimidation factor as well, because it can be like you're a wall. Granted, I might be getting a little sidetracked, but still. I hope that makes sense.
No, you're fine.
Other noteworthy versions of Megatron that have that more angular look include, like, Transformers Prime Megatron, Bayverse Megatron is an excellent example.
So, we've touched a little on color theory,
Yeah.
and we've touched a little on shape theory. Now, questions for you.
Yeah.
If we introduced a Decepticon who was a red fighter jet. Oh wait, we already have.
We do?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Fal. How
I guess
you
there is
doing?
Armada Starscream.
bingo. But we have a red fighter jet in Starscream, who has a very angular and imposing design, Decepticon. And because the base form is the vehicle is a fighter jet, again, we've seen him use a variety of swords and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually makes sense there.
Yeah.
But now, what if I ask?
Oh yeah, I just remembered. Something else that the dark side represents is passion. And going back into Starscream, Starscream is... There's one thing that Starscream doesn't lack, and that is passion.
How you doing, Fal?
Like, he has that in abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello. But like, Starscream has that element of passion in abundance. Ambition, even. Other than Megatron, he's probably the most ambitious Decepticon. Granted, his ambitions are treacherous, but they're ambitions nonetheless.
Right.
He is so ambitious, Darth Sidious would look at him and be like, I want him as my apprentice.
I hope your work goes well and doesn't have any major interruptions or major issues. I know that's asking for a lot, but I hope your night is peaceful.
Now, a question for you. What about a red sports car that is a Decepticon?
Oh. An angular sports car?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd pick a
Honestly?
Formula 1 car.
Honestly,
do.
I could see such a Decepticon using a bladed weapon. Probably a much smaller blade than even Starscream.
And hun, Fal says
Yeah.
hi.
Hi, Fal.
Although, depending on who I have, who's kind of rolling around my head, another weapon they'd probably use would be claws. I'm not sure why, but like an aggressive nature,
Interesting, Fal.
an aggressive, heedless nature, perhaps wanting to tear the bodies of their enemies asunder.
I love how you're still actually accurately describing a particular Decepticon. The one that I had in mind when I asked you.
Let me guess, is their name Dead End? And are they from a certain comic series?
No.
Oh?
Yeah.
Then who? My first thought was actually, think Dead End from the IDW comics. Because I think in those comics, Dead End was a bit of a Cybertronian cannibal.
Why not Tesla truck?
Anyway, who are you thinking of?
Sorry, I've now just been derailed. Because it would be so on brand for Teslas to be fucking Decepticons.
Elon Musk is secretly a Decepticon pretender. Elon Musk is an agent of Soundwave. Elon Musk is secretly Frenzy. Or Rumble.
Rio.
What?
I hate how right you would be.
They were sent on a mission to destabilize human society.
Why does Ryu suddenly sound like they're talking through an old-timey radio mic?
I do not know.
Well, hello there!
Indeed.
There we go.
Sorry, who was the con you said?
I was thinking of Dead End from the IDW comics because he was a bit of a cannibal. Like he'd cannibalize other Transformers.
No, this one is not this one is Knockout, not Dead End.
Oh, even better. Yeah, I can definitely see Knockout as a Blade user. In fact, I'm pretty sure he is.
Wasn't Knockout one of Hotshot's rivals or something like that?
I do know that Knockout was in Transformers Prime, was like a real prissy, clean type Decepticon, while also being the Decepticon's medic and only slightly less of a mad scientist than Shockwave, who's also in that series. So he's got competition. He's basically mad scientist competition with Shockwave,
which is not really a good competition for anyone to be in.
No. In fact, I'm pretty sure he did some experiments on, I think, Cliff Jumper on the first episode of Prime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Involving Dark Energon.
No.
Transformer equivalent of cocaine.
No. But think about it. A way to build up just how fucked up Shockwave is, right? You start the series off with another Decepticon performing inhumane experiments on an Autobot. That's how you start the show off with. And then, like 2 episodes in, it gets mentioned that Shockwave is on Cybertron and he's working to send reinforcements. Like, holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah, Shockwave, the guy who regularly breaks the laws of nature just because he wants to see what'll happen. And instead of Shockwave being one of the main ones to do the evil mad scientist stuff, it's someone who's probably taught by Shockwave for all we fucking know.
Probably was.
And this is the same series in which Shockwave was canonically working on ways to break the laws of nature, literally, in order to resurrect a long dead species of Cybertronian.
I do have to say, there is something I absolutely adore about Prime.
Yem.
Soundwave.
Oh, yes. Soundwave.
pure-
Go on. No, you go.
The pure, undiluted menace that Soundwave is.
Yeah. The Decepticon who literally swore an oath of silence to show loyalty to Megatron.
So, our batteries are fully depleted in 6 hours, apparently.
And don't you dare
Dang.
call Soundwave a simp because he will disembowel you.
Yeah, but I just absolutely adore the pure, unrefined that Soundwave is in that series. Just
I wouldn't say
any scene he shows up in, he just commands it.
Yeah, despite literally swearing an oath of silence.
I love the fact as well that his vehicle form is a stealth drone. He is angular as fuck, which really contributes to that level of menace and threat that Soundwave is.
Yeah.
And what? Soundwave versus like 4 Autobots, and he fucking bodies them all. And the only reason he stops is because plot.
Yeah. And note that I think of the main cast of Autobots in Prime, one of them's a wrecker. Who are like, you know,
You have Optimus say, I forget the wrecker. Fuck.
Bulkhead.
Yeah.
And note that and of the Autobot wreckers, their job, to put it bluntly, is to fuck shit up. They are basically Autobot special forces. And this big guy got folded by Soundwave.
While fighting Prime, and RC, and Ratchet, and Bumblebee as well. He fucking
Yeah.
folds them all. This is not a
Yeah.
fair fight.
Yeah. And it's bad that even a freaking Matrix bearer in the form of Optimus had been struggling against this guy. At least with Megatron, it makes sense. I mean,
No,
one, I feel that
Sorry.
you go.
I actually appreciate the take on something.
Oh,
Yeah. The Decepticons individually are stronger than than Autobots.
yeah.
Yeah.
Megatron does not tolerate weakness.
Just flatly, like it would be, look at the forms the Decepticons take. They're all military vehicles or
Yeah,
heavy construction vehicles.
yeah. Or at the very least, something that can pull its own weight in some way. Knockout being a sports car, while not outright durable and tanky, is fast.
Okay, but we go to Knockout, right? What is the
Yeah.
roles that Knockout performs for the Decepticons? Doesn't need to be this big buff battle tank. That's a
No,
Megatron trait.
Yeah, he's Shockwave at home.
He's got the brains. He doesn't have the brawn, he's got the brains.
Yeah.
He might not be this big, intimidating threat as well. But often, you'll see him go toe-to-toe with both Bumblebee and RC.
Yeah.
And Bumblebee's supposed to be a combat specialist on that.
Yeah. The fact that he can go toe to toe with Bumblebee and RC and not really break much of a sweat. I'm sure he's probably on the weekend of physical for a Decepticon.
Yeah.
But, like, on the other hand, does it really matter for him?
No.
Because, what is it? He can perform the roles of a scout. He performs the duties of, a field medic. And he's intelligent enough that while Shockwave is back on Cybertron doing the larger scale full Hadron Collider sort of experiments, he can go in the field and easily collect samples and shit that Megatron needs.
Yeah. In fact, in some ways, as far as Megatron's concerned, Shockwave is practically indispensable, irreplaceable even. Knockout, a little bit less so.
Sure, Knockout is replaceable, but the level of intelligence that Knockout repeatedly displays, he might be arrogant as fuck, and that's a great downside to him, and actually really cool interplay there. He's arrogant as fuck, but when it comes to actual intelligence, he's probably one of the smarter Cybertronians in the series.
Yeah. And I do like, while he's not as valued as much as say Shockwave or Soundwave even, but he's valued more than, a Viacon. That's a pretty important distinction to make, I feel. While he's not as important and indispensable and irreplaceable as Shockwave, Soundwave, even Starscream, to an extent. I mean, Megatron has to get his frustrations out somehow, But he's still more important to keep around than a Viacon. Viacons, they're mooks. They're dispensable. In fact, the Decepticons commonly just throw Viacons around. Shoot, Megatron threw different Viacons off of the Nemesis to go do something.
Yeah, the Viacons are basically faceless, intelligentless mooks. They're good for doing what they're told, and that's about it.
Yeah. Although, mentioning the Nemesis reminds me of something to do with the Alliance continuity, which includes Prime and the War for Cybertron video games. And it has to do, like I said, it has to do with the Nemesis.
I do hate that we can't really get the Transformers video games anymore.
Agreed. Yeah. I was gonna say that the Nemesis is Trypticon. I think it was either War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron, but Trypticon failed to do something for Megatron. I think it was defend something for Megatron, and so Megatron's punishment for Trypticon was being permanently locked in, forced into vehicle mode, which is the Nemesis. And I think the T-Cog basically ripped out. Note that Trypticon is, a freaking Titan. Or at least one of the Titans.
Just fucking flex Megatron.
Yeah. And that's just how little Megatron will tolerate failure, especially on it to such an extent of Trypticon's failure, because you're a Titan. You're supposed. This is not supposed to happen. You failed in such a spectacular way, but I still need you. I'm not going to kill you, but you're going to be made useful without your robot mode. So forced into large spaceship mode, T-Cog ripped out, and I'm pretty sure had shockwaves basically render Triptychon's consciousness as silent, or for the most part, like put Triptychon to sleep, so to speak. Had literal Mechagodzilla put to sleep.
Val just asked, what about Galvatron?
Galvatron is a different bag of worms, especially dependent on continuity.
Because
Galvatron's commonly used as a reborn or reformatted Megatron. Still very powerful, especially if he was reborn by the hands of Unicron. But it's basically just Megatron with a new coat of paint and a new gun.
Oh hey, you gave me a new docking thing.
yeah, and that should rip out all the ore.
To be fair, I just moved them.
Yeah.
Although I think in the IDW comics, they made it so that Galvatron was a separate entity to Megatron, which I actually vastly prefer.
Honestly, I really want to say something.
Oh,
Yeah. A Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde sort of thing, turned Megatron into like a triple changer. You have
Ooh.
Megatron, the vehicle form, and then Galvatron, all in the same body.
Ooh.
I'm actually quite.
Like Megatron, the Decepticon leader, and Galvatron, the Herald of Unicron, fighting for dominance over the body.
But then it would also justify Starscream outbursts every other week.
Yeah.
Megatron is displaying weakness. We must fix it.
Yeah. In fact, some continuities have Galvatron. I think, like in G1, after the movie, which was where Galvatron was introduced, and promptly and it got his ass kicked by Rodimus. Galvatron was kind of on the insane side due to no longer being linked to Unicron because Unicron got exploded. Could say that as with Galvatron, Galvatron's just generally more unhinged and frankly insane compared to Megatron.
Honestly, one of my biggest dislikes with Armada's Armada's Unicron is so long as violence and evil exist in the universe, so too shall Unicron.
Yeah.
I really hate it. I really hate that black and white take on evil.
Yeah. Like, I get it that Unicron's a literal harbinger of chaos. However, I feel his scope would be far greater than that. He's not Molag Bal, he's Baroon's Dagon.
See, I've been chewing on it as well. And I'm thinking, for the Transformers game that I'm planning on, I do think I'm gonna do the 3 factions sort of story.
Oh?
The party will be playing as Autobots.
Fair.
Against both the Decepticon and the Galvatron. Not Galvatron, Unicron.
Yeah, there's Heralds of Unicron. Another term I think this comes from Rise of the Beast, Terracons, which is reusing an old term, but still kind of fitting.
Oh, I actually quite like it. Yeah.
Terracons,
both Heralds of
terrorize.
both Terracons and Heralds of Unicron really work for that kind of faction.
Mm.
So I think I'm going a little bit overboard with the lighting.
Yeah.
I'm attaching floodlights.
Hey, does it illuminate things?
Yeah.
I don't see the
I-
issue.
I will say that I think the lineup of Heralds of Unicron I kind of came up with for my own personal continuity / canon would be really fitting. Like you got the likes of Double Dealer and Sideways acting as mercenaries while hiding their true purposes of of basically trying to keep the war going. Not because Unicron feeds off of the chaos and strife, but because the longer the Autobots and Decepticons are kept at each other's throats, the more time is bought for Unicron to come in and gobble things up.
No, actually, the far simpler thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Less time they have to prepare.
no, I'd actually go with Unicron still being this harbinger of evil, right?
yeah,
Very much. So Unicron's still this very much harbinger of evil. So long as darkness exists in the universe, he exists.
Yeah.
Kinda. It's more as he consumes and devours, he feeds off the darkness.
yeah. I imagine that Unicron's goal would be to ultimately, destroy Cybertron, not because gobble up this planet, but rather destroy his brother once and for all.
Oh no, I wouldn't even do that. Picture.
Oh,
Yeah, as far as Unicron goes. Big, endless hunger, planet eater type character here.
yeah,
The goal of Unicron is to eat.
yeah. Obviously, he's
food-
aware.
Hmm?
I imagine Unicron would be aware of what Cybertron truly is in the form of, Primus. And instead of just wanting to destroy Primus once and for all, consume Primus in its entirety to gain even more power.
Why would I consume my ultimate food source?
Yeah.
As much as I didn't want to do this, because we need some resources that we're not getting quick enough.
You're doing a
You know-
lander, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
By
Huh?
I'm
by
going to
consuming
make ship.
by consuming Primus, Unicron would not only gain so much more power to become a threat that can practically completely consume one universe, but a guaranteed multiversal threat. Consume entire universes the same way he consumes single planets.
No, I wouldn't go that grand apocalyptic thing. This,
Oh,
yeah, the Autobot and Decepticon war ages ago, like dawn of time ages ago, were fueled, were set up to go at each other. Their war was going to happen because of interference of Kron. Why? baste the turkey, so to speak.
Yeah.
Once you have Autobots and Decepticons going at it, you only just need to keep them on edge so that they cannot any longer cannot do a peace talk.
Yeah.
Kind of
And
just
such a
goes-
such a plan and goal would be going on even before the war. Back in the ages of old golden era Cybertron would be actually before golden era Cybertron even.
yeah, like
We're
we're
talking like the Quintessons. Like it would have started with the war between Cybertron and the Quintessons.
probably earlier.
Yeah.
Imagine he bastes the Quintessons into becoming a warmongering species,
Yeah.
and then just leaves them loose, nudges them towards Cybertron, and then Cybertron and Quintesson war goes on.
Something else to remember from other bits of canon is that, yes, Primus and Unicron did at one point fight each other. They couldn't defeat each other outright. While in dormancy, the first thing Primus did was create the 13. Their original mission was to ultimately get rid of Unicron. How successful they were at that, obviously not very.
What if as well, Unicron seeds worlds based off their mythology to create the ultimate hostility? You have the Matrix of Leadership, so Unicron creates the Matrix of Chaos.
Ooh.
Yep. The likes of Nemesis Prime would, like I said, the likes of Nemesis Prime would be a mockery of Primus's 13 primes.
You also then have the likes of, say, Scourge and so on, actually becoming something that that was actually created by.
Now my question is, what rendition of Scourge? The one where it's a protoformer that has scanned Optimus Prime in an oil tanker? Or the other rendition?
Good question.
Honestly, I'd go with Optimus Prime and the oil tanker.
Yeah.
The one, from my understanding, is Primus.
I will mention that so not only would Nemesis Prime have the Matrix of Chaos to mock the Matrix of Leadership, but like other weapons and artifacts to mock the other items, the other relics of Primes. His own an evil a dark version of the Requiem Blaster, a dark Star Saber, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons that, in theory, when used together, would be able to take on Unicron, or even wake up Primus to finish the fight. Actually, I'd still leave that part to like something like the Omega Lock, honestly. Like in Cybertron, but artifacts of incredible power that could seriously harm Heralds of Unicron or even Unicron itself. Light our darkest hour and all that. Now I wonder if Unicron would have a twisted version of the Allspark in whatever form it takes.
Oh, why not? Or why not go even further?
Oh,
The proto-form that scanned Optimus Prime and the oil tanker. one carrying, the Matrix of Chaos. And the Allspark can serve does serve multiple various MacGuffin-y things, so you don't really need to heavily use it.
To be fair,
Yeah.
they say the Allspark is Primus's spark, so...
So Unicron would have his own.
Yeah. The spark of Unicron is the spark of chaos. Another thought, Vector Sigma.
Hmm.
Another important MacGuffin-y thing to Cybertron is Vector Sigma. Although if there are Allsparks around, I'm not sure what purpose Vector Sigma would serve. I know it's meant to be the supercomputer. Although I imagine in such a situation, Vector Sigma is used to commune directly to Primus, essentially.
Yeah.
Deep within the bowels of Unicron is a similar thing. And I quite literally mean it when I say the bowels. Because I'd assume we're going with Unicron as this roaming planet that consumes other worlds instead of the Unicron is the Earth situation. Which on its own has some interesting things, because that would mean humans are the children of Unicron.
Now here is something fun I'd do. And also Chris is throwing Pokeballs at me. Yeah. Why not? Or why don't we have Unicron as the Earth?
True.
Are you ready for this one?
Go on.
So we have the Cybertronians, which are, your loyal, you're good. They're creating roboform, spreading life, joy, peace, and peace throughout the universe.
Yeah.
But Protoforce fell to Earth.
Oh.
And they became beasts.
The protoforms that fell to Earth became the very heralds of Unicron. Their goal would be not to just simply
life is chaotic. Life is random. It is not controlled and ordered like a Cybertronian. And then you have these Cybertronian protoforms first land on, and they become the Predacon.
What's more, instead of Energon being the first source of power they taste, it's Dark Energon, the lifeblood of Unicron that they taste.
Watch Beast Wars again with that exact lens.
Oh god.
That is where I'm going here. The Primals and the Predacons were the first of Cybertronians to become that of Unicron.
Yeah. There's one angle of the Earth being Unicron that is interesting. That's the fact that what is the one prominent thing that's cropped up on Earth, for good or ill? Humanity. And in such a situation, humanity would be the progeny of Unicron.
That was where I'm going.
Yeah. Granted, Unicron would likely see see the life that's grown on him as, parasites, leeches, and such.
No.
Oh,
maintainers.
true.
When you think about it,
What's more
what
What's
did
more is that
when you take into account
humanity by. Go on. Sorry.
the minicons?
Good point. Also, another thing to note is that let's be real, by our very nature, we are chaotic beings. Unicron would likely look at that with some sense of pride.
What's the one thing humanity is really good at?
Couple.
Fucking shit up.
War.
Exactly. Fucking shit up.
Unicron wakens, doesn't break the surface, influences people, and we go to war with Cybertron.
Yeah.
Now look at it, all of those corrupt government officials and so on throughout the Bayverse that got their hands upon Cybertronian bits and pieces and then created the likes of Galvatron.
That makes it even worse than Megatron's evil brain bugs getting inside of the body that they were building.
And think on this. With these few changes, we have canonized almost every iteration.
Yeah.
And who's to say that Unicron, while sleeping as Earth, doesn't have a remote connection to a planet devourer?
True. A planet devourer. Yeah, that somehow fuels it.
Or, actually, again, another potential thing. The war of Cybertron has been going on quite some time, with a lot of backwards and
Yeah.
a handful of protoforms that mysteriously disappeared and landed on Earth, becoming Predacon.
I do know that the whole Beast Wars series, like, the Beast Wars is weird because it's like the cast, both Predacons and Maximals, they're the descendants of the Autobots and Decepticons. The Predacons taking their name from the Decepticon Predacon team. But they kind of did a time travel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Optimus Primal kinda took the Matrix of Leadership out of Optimus's chest at one point.
Not to mention that he knew who Optimus was. What's more is that the Maximals and Predacons, they're a lot smaller than Autobots and Decepticons. They're like the size of the Micromasters. They're basically Minicon size. They're not Titanic beings. They're quite small in comparison.
Minicons are technically smaller.
Yeah. Minicons would be like a bicycle.
I would say they're about Micromaster size because, yeah.
No, we've repeatedly seen most Minicons be comparable directly to human.
Yeah. Which a lot of a lot of Maximals are comparable to humans. A lot aren't. Case in point,
No,
Purple Dinosaur.
actually, Rat Trap would be the only one actually properly directly comparable to human. The
What about Optimus
rest,
Primal?
he's actually usually taller.
Stack
Huh.
at least 2.5 6-foot people on top of each other for height, and you've got Optimus Primal.
Yeah.
Fair. I mean, granted, he is monkey, so
He's about
big
15
monkey.
foot tall.
He's still half of Optimus Prime.
That's one big monkey.
Yeah. Great, now I just want to shoot him. Harambe, no.
Plot twist. Optimus Primal is King Kong.
that was when he grew.
Would it?
Maybe.
How
I
big
don't
was that?
know.
How big was that fish you caught?
What? What fish?
There's a kind of oldish saying where you don't trust fishermen's tales. How big was that fish you caught?
Yeah.
It was this big.
Yeah. Ah. Fair enough, fair enough.
So, I noticed one of the things that we're lacking
Yeah.
is nickel.
Now that I'm thinking about... Go
about
on.
probably 70 odd K of nickel. 70 odd thousand kilograms of nickel sound.
Pretty good. Currently, though, I am also needing. We are also needing gold.
Yeah,
I will say that
I haven't
Beast
found
Wars.
any gold that's within reasonable distance.
I will say that Beast Wars Megatron being, you know, a purple Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, he would have to. I feel like he would have to, like, when going into robot mode, he would have to be in a comparable height to OG Megatron.
Also,
Just
when
to-
we see the primals enter the ship, enter Teletrain 1, they are actually they are small. They're about halfway between humans and the Autobots. Probably a bit less.
Yeah.
I'm being naughty. Oh.
I don't like that
Right. We can handle 2 of these recipe components, but the third one's a little particular.
Yeah.
Ice.
Yeah.
I will. There's like a handful of Decepticons that really make Megatron's points a lot less reasonable. Those being the likes of, I think, the Decepticon Justice Division, whose job is basically to get rid of anyone who has ideas that don't follow Decepticon philosophy. Led by the likes of Tarn, aka the only Megatron simp that could rival Soundwave. Only Tarn's like homicidal as fuck. And Overlord, who I'm pretty sure has I'm pretty sure in some showings has a real problem with Megatron,
Yeah.
and that he wants, like, besides the fact that Overlord likes to rip Autobots apart with his bare fucking hands, he also wants to rip Megatron apart with his bare fucking hands.
Right. Faye, I've turned everything back on.
The
Now that I
auto-building
think
and all
about
that.
it,
Yeah.
Did you turn off the production quota? By any
No.
chance? Huh. Oh no, right, that
Thinking-
stuff won't be getting used, aside from stuff that we're using, so it won't be getting produced all that much.
Yeah.
thinking about it, I feel that Overlord would be another great example of a Herald of Unicron. Even though he's not shown as one, I feel like he'd make a great member of that group. Also, Lockdown,
Okay.
the bounty hunter.
For Overlord being a herald of Unicron, with the incarnation of Unicron that we just finished pitching, I'd actually say no.
Oh.
Because if it came out that he was a herald of Unicron, then you've just galvanized support against yourself.
Yeah. I would say he'd probably be more or less sympathetic towards Unicron. In fact, I could see him betraying the Decepticons for Unicron. But he'd start out as a true Decepticon, granted one with darker aspirations than just ruling, putting Megatron as ruler. In fact, he'd want to usurp. He'd look at Megatron and Starscream and be like, okay, I want him dead and I want him dead.
To be fair, half the Decepticon leadership want each other dead, and
Yeah.
the only person that doesn't want to kill all the other leadership is fucking Shockwave, because it's just funny watching them all fight.
Soundwave is loyal to Megatron through and through.
No.
Shockwave.
No,
Oh.
Soundwave is not. Soundwave is
Oh.
loyal to the Decepticon cause. He is not
True.
loyal to Megatron.
He has turned
The
on
mo-
Megatron in the past when Megatron
Oh.
has. Sorry.
Yeah, Fee's right. On several occasions, Soundwave has turned against Megatron.
Yeah.
In one such iconic scene, literally throwing him out of a space shuttle, where Megatron comes back as Galvatron.
That was Starscream that did that.
No.
I'm pretty sure I recall, like, how it pains me to do this. I'm fairly certain that was, Starscream.
Starscream said that, but he wasn't the one that did it.
Yeah. Soundwave was.
We will have to rewatch the movie.
And alternatively, even if it wasn't Soundwave actually throwing him out,
He still let it happen.
he also supported throwing Megatron out. That says enough there as it is.
Fair enough.
And that's where things start to get fucking weird.
As far as he was concerned, as far as he was concerned, Megatron was as good as dead.
Yeah. Why carry around the dead weight? But also note, he wasn't actually going to support Starscream of all things.
I'm just looking up the scene.
Depends on what cartoons.
I was
I'm
talking the G1 movie.
Yeah, it was Starscream that did it. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to send this to Terran DMs, but it was 100% Starscream that ejected Megatron out of Astro Train. Jettison the dead weight, so to speak. Among others, like frickin' Skywarp? No, not Sky. I think was it Skywarp. I think it was Thundercracker. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Thundercracker
But also
and
the
Cyclonus, I
Insecticons.
think.
Yeah.
Probably as well, Fel. Oh, what?
Oh, hi.
Also,
Hey.
considering how much of a rogue element the likes of Lockdown is, because Lockdown's often portrayed as just a bounty hunter, basically a mercenary, much like, say, Double Dealer, or I think, I'd say lump in Sideways as well. I feel like those three would be in a similar ballpark of their mercenaries sent by Unicron. They're Herald of Unicron mercenaries sent to keep things destabilized and to keep the war going. Obviously acting as guns for hire, but having a higher purpose in that respect.
It doesn't really matter what they do so long as they keep the war going. And because they're mercenaries, it's in their best interest to keep the war going.
Like double dealer selling weapons and such, Sideways playing both sides as a mercenary, Lockdown doing bounty hunter shit. Although I do feel that even outside of this, there would still be other rogue elements that are even like Cybertronian native that aren't parts of this group. Apparently there is actual Transformer pirates, for example.
Yeah.
A good example being from the Aligned continuity, someone I found out being, I think, Thunderhowl, or no. Let me look him up real quick. 1 second. Thunder something.
I actually
Thundertron.
really wanted. Rio?
Yeah?
I really want to do some shit with Cybertronian pirate.
Ooh. Apparently, Thundertron, from the Aligned continuity, for one, went toe-to-toe with the Dark Energon crackhead that was Aligned Megatron, and survived. Has its own, pirate crew, the Star Raiders, and their ship is named Tidal Wave, meaning that there's a high likelihood that a Aligned continuity Tidal Wave would be canon. He also apparently got his hands upon the Requiem blaster. Just as a casual flex, which granted, a pirate with a big ass cannon, yeah, that makes sense. Mer?
I was placing down some solar panels and I decided against putting them here.
Ah, right.
Oh, and to top it all off, Thundertron is a beast former. He turns into a lion, which means he has relation to Onyx Prime.
Honestly, I'm gonna find info on all the original, and then
Hi,
build
Moon.
various factions, each splintered off.
Yeah. Each of the 13 primes, I think there's noteworthy examples of them being obviously Megatronus or the Fallen, the original Decepticon, Megatron's role model, Prima Prime, which is a dumbass name, who was the original bearer of the Matrix. Also wielder of the Star Saber. Solus Prime, the Ladybot.
Hi, Shadow Foxy.
She was also a blacksmith. There's Alchemist Prime, which, while he has no direct link to any subgroup of Cybertronian, his entire thing was seeing how one alchemy and stuff, basically, but also like seeing both sides for what they really are.
Actually, now that's something I really want to do.
Oh.
A magician transform.
Ooh. Actually, now that I remember, Alchemist Prime showed up in, I think, Transformers Cyberverse. As, like, he was kind of hiding amongst the others under a different... he was hiding amongst other Cybertronians under a different name. I think McAdam. And he basically ran a bar in which no one was allowed to fight in. It was a basically, even during the war, it was this ground is sacred. You do not fight here. You talk, you drink, you have a good time. If you break these rules, I will show you things you do not want to see.
To quote one of my favorite comedians, "Silence! I kill you."
There's, I think, no, actually, someone I keep mentioning. I've mentioned a fair amount. Nexus Prime, the original combiner. And on the flip side, there is, I think, Amalgamous Prime, who's the first multi-changer, progenitor of the T-Cog, and transforming as a whole. I imagine any direct descendants of him would be like Six Shot or anyone else who could do multiple forms besides vehicle and robot.
Yeah,
So like,
we have seen that before and have got bits and pieces of it sitting around.
Oh,
so like Six Shot. Sorry.
Basically a list of order of watch of the cartoons and such.
yeah.
Yimps.
Now, which one of these?
No,
This is the one that's
Moon.
solar cells.
Moon, I've got about 8 movies of his.
Heh. But yeah, I think
But you didn't seem interested in watching them. So I didn't put them on.
Moon,
Arf.
Moon, get in
Moon,
here
you
and
dummy.
play it yourself.
I got it.
No. Moon wants
Okay.
it played. They get in here and play it themselves.
Okay. Also, direct descendants of Amalgamous Prime, besides, most Transformers having a T-Cog, bots like, Six Shot, who could, have all those different forms, any Triple Changer, really.
Okay, our batteries are recharging.
I did add a bunch of solar panels to the bottom of the ship. Station, sorry. Those solar panels will help when the sun's below us.
Yep.
I'm slightly surprised there's not a Prime that was dedicated to, like, Titan Formers for city bots.
Hey, Faye.
Yeah. I see Moon's in here, but they're not talking.
I see how it is.
I think you wouldn't want the sound of my chewing on this burger in your ear, so that's why I'm muted.
Moon. How much
What?
are you going to appreciate something that I just recently got?
What is it?
A quote.
Where?
Yep.
For?
I'll let Tura just...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What's that? Oh.
If Tura was a Transformer, they would be a cute little quadcopter drone Decepticon.
So,
Still going, ya crazy git?
Yes, I am still going. How you doing, Taka? And oh god, I don't have any drink to wash this down if it's bad at the moment. Thank you for the 4 months of support. Habwa. Let's see what flavor I end up with this time. Berry blue or toothpaste? Okay, neither of those are bad. Okay, I got toothpaste. They're coming in at an angle we don't have gun coverage on.
Okay.
What? You said you got a quote? What for?
Yes.
Well, let's see. Getting Moon here.
Oh?
Yeah. Subject to change depending on how much stuff you have.
Mm-hmm.
I went with roughly the same that I had in Palmy, so I could compare the two.
You get to replace Taylor. Be better than them.
Banzai!
That's not hard to do, though.
Still, that's
Right.
that's the.
I
I'm
am
pretty
probably
sure
gonna
it's
die
like the
doing
bare
this.
minimum. It's the
You're
bare
flinging
fucking
yourself at the
minimum.
ship, aren't you?
At the ships.
Alright.
There's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them, they're a considerable distance away, and we've got 2 autocannons being built. Okay.
I'm more trying to play distraction.
There's a bright raiding outpost near us.
Yeah, I noticed that, and if I knew exactly where it was and I could lead these guys to it, I would.
I don't think we have the pull to lead them is the problem.
Yeah.
Right. Also, it's not actually too bad on both of these feet.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're both about 1.5 each. But again, that is quote of Ham to Chi Chi and Palmy to Chi Chi.
Yeah. It's about 3,000.
About 3,000 would do it, according to their current quotes.
Funnily enough, that's roughly the price it would have cost to drive up there and such anyway.
Yeah. But the thing is we don't have to deal with sorting Taylor out for that. So I don't really much care beyond that.
Yeah.
I will pay for that convenience.
Huh? Even Energon Starscream had a sword.
Hi, Seth.
A waggle squaggle. Inconnor deviating escort to intercept hostile entity.
Apparently I am hostile entity. Oh, that's not nice. Energy inhibitor field.
I'm fucked. Is it on the gremlin or the drones?
The gremlin.
Okay,
Honestly,
so we...
there's-
Yeah?
So of the Unicron trilogy Starscreams, my least favorite has to be the Energon one, but it's still not horrible. I mean, it's got a cool thing of being like part ghost going on. It's like fucking Danny Goat or Danny Phantom
Ghostum.
thing going on. I know. He's got that whole Danny Phantom thing going on.
Okay, I don't know where these
But
hired guns are going, but they're going away from me.
but it's still not the best variation of Starscream for that trilogy. I mean, Armada is great, and Cybertron's peak design.
Okay, since they don't seem...
They're shooting at something, and I'm seeing explosions.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah. So yeah, we'd need about 3,000 to get everything down here. That's the bad news.
I have no idea what they're shooting at. But they're moving away from base, so it doesn't matter. Hi, Seth. Hi, Chris. I'm probably gonna die doing what I'm about to do. Because it's probably armed as well.
What, the gremlin? Yeah.
It's the Gremlin Light, so...
It is, though it seemed mostly interior turrets.
Now, if I can deal with the energy suppression... Ooh. Omega Prime should be shipping sometime this month. Ooh, nice.
Dumb joke. It's not often that Starscream ends up as a ghost. But if I had a nickel for every time Starscream had a ghost thing going on, I'd have like 3 nickels. Not a lot, but weird that it's happened 3 times.
A little more than 3 nickels.
It's like a major part of his character at this point. Being treacherous, being a coward, and at some point becoming a ghost.
I have no energy. I want to grind this, but I have no energy. Don't know where base is from here. It's over there. I'm gonna throw myself at the base. I'm probably gonna die before I get there. Why didn't I think to bring a gun? Oh yeah, that's right, we don't have any guns. Wait, where'd I get 2 energy from? What? I somehow got 2 energy? I got just back to base. Oh, hey, it's a dead me. Where'd my
I
bag
should head
go?
to bed. It's very late for me's. Good night, cuties. Mwah, mwah,
Actually, I know
mwah.
where my
Thanks
bag
for
went.
nerding. Thanks for nerding out with me.
Hop, hop, hop.
Sleep well.
I shall. Good night, cuties. Remember, cute, cute. Cute, 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 cute. Also,
And
Tura.
cute.
Also, Tura, I know you've been streaming all day, so make sure to get some rest.
What do you think tomorrow is gonna be?
Excellent.
Like, I still plan on doing Survival Saturday, but
Yeah.
like, probably gonna be quite a lot lower energy.
Oh, absolutely. I'm imagining you're already running low on energy after today.
No,
I
we
was
do
running
not talk
low.
about the GoBots.
No, no, no. We don't talk about
What the?
GoBot.
I'm gonna to reply to that with this simple saying. What the fuck is a GoBot?
We're at... I'm at 2 hours 50-ish. And I know
The
that you
only
planned 4, but I'm also feeling
The only thing I know about
iffy
the
myself.
GoBots is that they're... Sorry. The only thing I know about the GoBots is the fact that their Megatron was a fucking bicycle. That's it. And the origin of Transformers was not GoBots, because that GoBots was owned by, I think, Tonka. Like they're owned by the same company that does Tonka trucks and such. And this was before that company was bought by Hasbro. But the original Transformers line came from Japan with Diaclone and Microchange stuff. In fact, the Optimus Prime was originally a mech suit for little people. It's also why G1, Ironhide, and Ratchet were
yeah.
probably what they were. Which, while some people have nostalgia for them, there's no argument those things were horrible. They were not what they were meant to be. They were shoehorned into being characters when they were literally just meant to be the equivalent of that loader mech from freaking Alien,
Yeah.
but could turn into a van.
As much as I'm hating to say this, I am, despite being fresher than Hunt with streaming, I am fading fast. And I hate that.
Anyways, good night, cuties. Love yous.
So, Hunt, do we have a target? I'm sorry. Habois?
Papa.
I'm sorry.
No, 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 you're
Night, night.
fine. Night, night. I'm just sorting it out. A couple things before we all night.
Yeah.
That one there. And that one there. And I think Faye's realized what I've done down.
No. I'm gonna say we raid Rin. If they, depending on their lifetime. I have no idea what you put down.
I chucked down a couple projectors.
Alright, I'm gonna copy this and
I'm just checking who's live. Ren
hostile.
looks, yeah. Ren looks to be the best.
Thank you all for tuning in. We will be live again tomorrow. Please take it easy and look after yourselves.
Catch your
Even if they have been away live for 5 hours, they tend to do slightly longer streams.
I also see a worker there.